Episode 108, Irish Songs, and Kevin Barry, and the rest of the story. Paul Harvey, a well-known radio journalist, used to end his 1970s show, and now you know the rest of the story. His show, which aired for decades, featured short, compelling narratives about surprising or little-known facts behind famous events and people, often ending with a twist. I am stealing this good idea with my Irish Songs series. Growing up at the Murphys meant that at family parties, every kid was tasked with a particular Irish song to sing, like Kathleen Mavourning's Sliabh na Món, I'll Take You Home Again, Kathleen, etc. Dad sang more than one, and his grand finale was sung loudly with gusto, the great marching song O'Donnell Aboo. I was charged with singing Kevin Barry, the best rebel song in my estimation. This is the story of Kevin Barry. Kevin Barry was 18 years old when he was hanged in Mountjoy Jail in Dublin on November 1st, 1920. His death at such a young age is possibly the most poignant in recent Irish history. He was born in 1902 in Dublin and grew up both in Dublin and in County Carlow. He went to Belvedere College and in 1916 joined the Irish Volunteers, a nationalist organization. In 1919, he enrolled in Dublin University's medical school to study medicine. Michael Collins was the leader of the War of Independence. Barry, as a section commander, played his part in various raids around Dublin. On September 20th, 1920, he took part in one such raid that went badly wrong. A street gun battle ensued, and 3 British soldiers were killed. This was very significant because these were the first British soldiers' deaths in Ireland since the 1916 Easter Rebellion led by Patrick Pearse and James Connolly. Barry hid under a truck as the British searched for him, but was discovered when a passer-by inadvertently warned the soldiers of his whereabouts. Reports of his torture in Mountjoy Jail soon circulated that Barry refused to name his comrades. He was given a death sentence, but it was widely believed that this sentence would be commuted and British authorities would not execute an 18-year-old. As the deadline approached, it became clear that Kevin Barry would be executed. A planned rescue by Michael Collins failed because British reinforcement from Dublin Castle were ordered to the prison when large crowds outside gathered. Barry had requested to be shot by a firing squad rather than hanged, which he viewed as not befitting a soldier. The hangman, Ellis, had to be brought in to the country from England, as no one in Ireland would do the job. The calmness and the bravery that the young Barry showed in the hours leading up to his execution has become the stuff of legends. Despite protestations from priests and politicians alike, he was hanged in Mountjoy Jail on November 1st, 1920. Just as in the aftermath of the 1960 Easter Rebellion, the British military in Ireland had badly misjudged the situation. Had they simply imprisoned the leaders of the 1916, it would likely that the huge upsurge in support for Irish nationalism would not have taken place. By executing someone as young as Kevin Barry in 1920, they handed the Irish Republican Army a huge propaganda victory. Young recruits flocked to join the IRA in the War of Independence, which in turn led to the Partition Treaty, the Partition of Ireland, the Civil War, independence, and all that has occurred since. It was reported that for the rest of his life, Michael Collins bitterly regretted not being able to save the young soldier. That's the rest of the story. And now, my a cappella singing, and for those of you in Hamtramck, that is singing without music, of the valley near Sliabh na Món. Why should only my family suffer? In Mountjoy Jail, one Monday morning, high upon the gallows tree, Kevin Barry gave his young life for the cause of liberty. Just a lad of 18 summers, yet this no one can deny. As he walked to death that morning, proudly held his head on high. Just before he faced the hangman in his dreary prison cell, British soldiers tortured Barry just because he would not tell the names of his brave companions and other things they wished to know. Turn informer or we'll kill you, Kevin Barry answered no. Another martyr for old Ireland, another murder for the crown, whose cruel laws may kill the Irish, but can't keep their spirits down. Lads like Barry are not cowards, from their foes they will not fly. Lads like Barry will free Ireland, for her sake they'll fight and die. If this episode sparked something for you, head to the show notes and make a donation. Buy Me a Coffee is an app that allows consumers of podcasts, YouTube, etc., who appreciate a creator's podcast to donate. That helps keep my mic and my camera on and my stories flowing. Rather than suggest a donation amount, please judge what value you get from this and other episodes, and join my supporters. Make your donation to buymeacoffee.com, one long word, /degreasings, DEGREASINGS, buymeacoffee.com /degreasings. Thank you. This is Rod Murphy. Thank you for viewing or listening to my podcast episodes. I really appreciate it. If you liked it, and if you so choose, I ask you to send a good review and or refer a friend who might be interested in this Old Boston podcast series. Again, my thanks.